really kind of is set apart as the happy, hopeful part of the text that we directly copied. So here we go. I would say in example 2, we would start with, we predict a brighter future, all the way through the end where it says again. And, can you grab that for me? Thank you. And for the example number 3, as in the case of Singapore, I think I'd like to include that in my data chart as an important thing. And then from Borneo through the end of stay. Those are the parts that, as I read it, I thought, those are the parts that leave me feeling like hopeful, optimistic. All right, so let's go ahead now and look at my paraphrasing so that we can kind of get a better sense of what we're going to be trying to do. Okay, so here we go. When I pulled this information off the website, I saw that it came from the Heart of Borneo Rainforest Foundation. I scrolled to the bottom of the web page, and there it was at the bottom of that web page. It told me who owned that page, who produced that page. So that's why I use their name. And you should too. Scroll to the bottom of whatever web page you're on and see who said this. Do they sound reputable? So go ahead and copy this down. The Heart of Borneo Rainforest Foundation believes that there are good things coming to the forests of Borneo. Believes that there are good things coming to the forests of Borneo. Now, how did I get that? It's because in the highlighted portion, it says that they're looking towards a brighter future. So a brighter future would mean that good things were going to happen there. That's why I said that they believe that there's good things coming for the forests of Borneo. So I paraphrase that. Then they talk about deforestation is no longer going to be a problem, and reforestation is going to be the key, meaning people are going to plant lots of trees. And then, if you look at the end of this, it says then the mammals of Borneo can come back again. If we plant trees, the animals will come back. See how I said that out loud to myself? And now I can paraphrase it. They believe in a future, notice I'm going to focus on the trees, that was the middle part, where small trees grow up into big trees, trees that will help all the animals come home to Borneo. Trees that help all the animals come home to Borneo. So there you go. I have just paraphrased the information from the text. Now, I still have to cite where that came from, and your LA teacher will spend more time showing you how to cite that. We're not going to do that today. We're going to let the LA teachers address that, although I did do the one with Maddox because it was a specific name. Incidentally, when you go to cite this, you will use the first 3 words of the article because there was not a definite author that was named. So when the author's not named, we take the first 3 words of the article and use that in our citation with the quotes, with the parentheses, I mean, not the quotes. All right, but anyways, just so you know, that's coming your way. This week in LA, you'll be learning more about that. All right, so I have paraphrased that one. Let's go ahead and look at example number 3 about Singapore. So it says, as in the case of Singapore, so I said Borneo could be compared to Singapore. And then they're trying to show that, if you read their text here in the middle, that Singapore was a place that was dirty and filthy. It was a third world country. They didn't have strong systems in place to help people stay healthy and safe. But they worked their way up to what's called a first world status. That means where there are rules and policies and businesses are flourishing and there is order and not chaos and there's clean water and people are healthy and safe. So I said Borneo could be compared to Singapore, comma, a country that worked hard to earn a first world reputation. Borneo could be compared to Singapore, comma, a country that worked hard to earn a first world reputation. Then I was looking at the last part of this information where it talks about this will be an ideal place where it's sustainable. That means that plants and animals can keep making more without being shut down. And it's a great place for people to stop, visit, and stay. So it's going to be a great place for people to want to come there and visit. So I said, like Singapore, if Borneo plans well and restores its ecosystems, then people will want to come there and enjoy all of its natural beauty. Again, like Singapore, write this down. If Borneo plans well and restores its ecosystems, then people will want to come there and enjoy all of its natural beauty. That's how I paraphrased it. All right, so here's your takeaway. Your homework is to go home and use those search tools that I talked about earlier in our lesson to find a very specific, hopeful high ending that you could use for your region. And you're going to fill out one more row onto only the 5th paragraph where there is a hopeful high ending last note for your whole paper. So you'll have that ready to go so that when it's time to pull out a real wow last note, you've got it ready to go. You could use it as a quote if you haven't done too many quotes in the rest of your paper, or you could paraphrase it equally well, and you'd have a solid ending. Okay? That's your homework. I'll check in with it on Wednesday.